Hey,
Hello.
welcome everyone.
Hi, Georgiana. You look so beautiful.
Oh,
Look
thank
at your
you.
hair. I
Been
am loving.
my new botanicals,
Oh,
elastic
your
botanicals.
look. It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. So,
So good to see you.
welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with us for another Thursday with Georgiana.
And the marvelous Miss Milagro.
And together we have a great topic for you. And of course, we always divide our product selling and the leadership part. So we're going to cover two things, face to face and virtual, since some of you are still stuck at home, depending on your
Safe
area.
at home. Safe at home.
I understand that not every area is safe to be out and about. So we're going to bring you both choices on how you can make this holiday selling season the best one yet.
Yes. I'm excited. To be honest with you, even before the pandemic, my goal was to transition my business to being online and virtual. It frees up the accessibility so that you can access more customers. So the customers that aren't within my immediate area, I can still connect with, and we could talk to Milagros, who's in Florida, like team members who are all over, my team in California, in Texas, in Florida, in the Northeast. So everybody is able to connect online. So we think it's a really great way, out of every negative, there's a silver lining. And I think out of this, that's one silver lining. We're all starting to get used to, even the people who resisted online and virtual, they're starting to realize how amazing of a tool it is to grow your business, to interact with people, to keep in touch. So I'm excited to be able to incorporate this into my business to help with growth and, what's the word? Connections,
Mhm.
communications, interactions, all of that.
I think this was like a little kick to something that we've been planning on doing, but we were not really sure if it would work out or not.
Yeah.
So we had to do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so bad, when I think about about everything that we went through, and the missed feelings of staying home and not doing our field time. In reality, it gave me a big push to just say, you know what, let me get this online business going, and it's been great. I love to wake up to online orders, to book
Yes.
appointments, and just doing the follow up. So let's get started, Georgiana.
Yes. So what do we want to start with, like holiday sales today? Well, we've been talking about holiday sales for the last couple of weeks, but today's topic, we wanted to really focus on virtual events because we are going into the holidays. And I know for myself, a lot of my teammates have been asking about Facebook parties, online parties, how to host virtual online shopping events. So we want to share some tips for how you can do events in person and online as we're going into the holidays. And remember that both of these are things that you can use, after this season that we're in is over. Both of these are things that you can continue to do into the future. So Millie, do you want to kick it off with
Definitely.
belly to belly, because I know that's your wheelhouse?
Well, you're going to talk about the virtual, and I'm going to talk about the face to face, the product demonstrations. And you know that I always share how good it is to be able to create a hub at your house or at a public place where you don't have to just be driving around delivering to the customers. So we have for you a good concept of having a product demonstration at your house. You have the choice of having it at your house. You have the choice of having it at a public place, or maybe at a friend's place, if you're not so visible to the big city. Like I live in a rural area, so for my customers to come to me, they have to travel anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I do them at home a lot of times too, because I get my neighbors, I get close by, close by customers who are able to come. And in reality, some of the customers do stop by even with the driving distance, because at these parties I love to give giveaways. We have raffles, we have little surprise gifts for incentives, like bringing a friend for purchase, gift with purchase. You can do raffles. What are some of the things that you would do, Georgiana, at these parties, at product demonstration?
Same. I usually like to start off with a theme. So either it's new products that are coming out, which is a more general theme, and for that I'll tend to look through the what's new to see what Avon is coming out. So now I'm introducing new products, so it's more product training, or it's my favorites. And I actually do this on Tuesday nights on the virtual end, but we're not getting there yet. But I still do this virtually. But I like to look through and see some of the products that are my favorites, things that I'm liking, and I'll talk about those products as well, or maybe seasonal. So for example, for the holidays, that's easy because it's going to be the ornaments and the decorations and gift ideas. Or for example, spring and summer, we're talking about bug guard, the skin so soft, the sunblock, and why it's important to use SPF. So I like to structure my events so that I have a handful of products. The catalog is huge and there are tons of products in there. So you can never show all of the products. First of all, it would just take too long. Second of all, it's so much. But when I'm doing my in-person events, I try to keep everything down to what will fit in one suitcase product-wise, so that I just have a couple of things that I can put on display. And usually when I have events, half of the things that I bring, I'll just raffle off and get rid of if it's
I
not being
love
sold
that.
at the event. Yeah.
I love that. So it's one easy setup. Bring the products that you can just raffle off and have fun. You can pick, some of my favorite places are, I like Dunkin' Donuts.
Me too.
What are
Nice coffee.
Yes. You can also there's communities where they can rent you a space, and you can bring your own drinks and your own beverages. But having a setup that's easy to pick up and easy to display, it makes it also easy and very duplicatable.
Yeah. And even if you are in an area, like some locations, for example, if you're setting up in somebody else's store or restaurant, I like to do sometimes buffets, restaurants, like Millie said. Dunkin' Donuts is a great place. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Panera Bread is also another great place. They are also really great with even helping you coordinate meetings. So they tend to have those big like dining room tables. I might take one of those and put a few products in between so that people know that this table is taken, don't come sit here. But also it's not like I have to worry about making this huge display. I'm just putting a little product out. And then if it's a place where you can't put out a display, just having a few products that you can pass around the table so that, the people will just, maybe you have a couple of skincare products. So you have one, you show it, and then you pass it around. While that's being passed around, you take another product and pass it around. So there's not any product on the table, but you still have product that your clients or your guests can experience.
I love that. I love that. I have also done these product demonstrations at McDonald's. I've done them at Wendy's, any public place, fast food, that you can buy inexpensive, inexpensive food, like at McDonald's. I would do the chicken nuggets. You get like a 20 pack for, I'm not sure
I don't know what it is now.
yes, but
$2.
yes, it's totally duplicatable. And
And
you
it's
can
finger
have,
foods.
yes, you can get cups with ice and just have water there by your table. But the most important thing is to be able to connect and make yourself available so your customers can also come and pick up their orders from you, and at the same time, have an incentive for them, a product demonstration, something that they can continue to make the decision of what they would like to purchase during this time of the year, the holidays. So I'm
Yes.
excited.
It's so good to be able to pick up all of your stuff in one place, because especially for the holidays, people don't want to do the shopping where they're going to 15 different stores. Or in this season, you know, we're saying there's some people like, oh, we're not going to make sales because people aren't going out. Da, da, da. It's like, but people aren't going to the malls. A lot of malls, like in my area, the malls are all closed. So
Yeah.
the people who used to go to the mall to do their shopping, to be able to go to one place, like Avon has something for everyone: adults, male and female, unisex products, children's products, home decor, clothing, jewelry, makeup. Like there's so much in one Avon catalog. A person can legit do all of their shopping from the catalog, come straight to you, pick up their entire order, and go back home
Yes, I love that. And look at
and get
Leola.
a snack.
Thank you, Leola. Yes, I was complimenting Georgiana's hair. And would you like to talk about what product?
I'm sad I don't have them here, but I just lent them to my mom. But this is the I've been using the Elastine Botanicals, the hyaluronic acid, the one in the pink bottles, the shampoo and the conditioner. I've been using those and I love it. Everybody's been, I mean, I've noticed that my hair is super soft, and I don't know if you
Yeah,
can see it, but it's shiny.
it's very
Shinier than
hydrated.
before.
I love it.
Super, super hydrated. It's like my ends have been dry my entire life, and for once in my life, they're not dry. So Leola, check out on my page. If you scroll down, I did a video on YouTube showing my wash routine, what I use, like my first impressions of those products, and everything. And you will see all the stuff that I use there, Leola. Thank you.
Yes, it's growing so fast. I
Less
love it.
breakage.
So, yay, Avon.
Yes. Thank you, Avon.
Yes, that's a
Girl
testimonial
care
that you
care.
can share with your customers. Hey, look at my friend. She made this video. I recommend this product. So feel free to share that video with your customers
Yeah.
and have them shop from your website. Georgiana has some amazing, amazing product reviews on her YouTube channel. So check it out. It's she's live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So it's really very interactive, and she shares a lot of the tips on how to use these products.
Yes. And it's live, so you can ask questions.
Yes, there you go. So well, we talked about the party side. Now I would like to talk about the leadership side and how you are able to
Oh,
get involved with your team.
before we jump into leadership, there were a couple of notes that I wanted to share for virtual, because I know a lot of times people kind of make a divide in their mind, like, oh, okay, in person is one way and virtual is a whole other beast. And a
Mhm.
lot of you have expressed intimidation for virtual events, but we don't want you guys to be nervous, because everything Milagros just said for those in-person belly to belly events, it's the same exact thing for online events, except instead of looking for a location in a shop, you're going to use your house. But if you are doing those events that are face to face, like Milagros said, still do a live stream, do a, either put your camera nearby and record the event, or take a moment and stop and say, hey guys, wait, where's my camera? Hey guys, I'm live at such and such an event. These are my guests. This is what we're doing. Show your camera, show everybody, have them say hi. You could do a quick video. So, merge the two events if you're doing the in person and online. And then just a few changes. So the location is now your home. So you're virtual. The address you would use would be a link to your video. So you can schedule your videos on YouTube or Facebook or in your Facebook group ahead of time. So instead of emailing out an address, a physical address that someone would go to, you would just send out the link for where your event is going to be held. And you set a time and a place just like you would if you're doing recurring events. Milagros said that it's good to have a spot that you go to regularly. So every Thursday at 11 o'clock, you're in the Dunkin' Donuts at such and such a place. Same thing online. And we're actually doing it here. Every Thursday morning at 11 o'clock, we are live on our Facebook page. Same exact thing. So there
Yeah.
are crossovers. And then for giveaways, if you're at an event and you're sitting down at a table, you could physically just pass the product to a person. But of course, you can't do that when you're doing a virtual event. So in that case, you can mail out your prizes to your customers. You can, if they're already in a customer list, you have their address. But if they're a new customer that maybe was invited by one of your customers, make sure that you first and foremost get their email address, and that if they win, you could just send them, if you're the winner of any of these prizes, message me your address and I'll mail you your gift. So you can mail a gift, or something that I've been doing more often just to take advantage of what Avon is already offering for us, use promo codes. You know,
Yeah.
you can do a giveaway and say, okay, whoever wins this giveaway is going to get a free A box with their $60 order, or they're going to get free shipping on their next order, or, you know, whatever promo codes Avon has, you can use those as gifts as well. And then, you know, again, make sure you have your guest's email address. I even like to use programs like Eventbrite, or if it's outside of a Facebook group, where guests can register, and I could put in the registration there that they have to put their first and last name and their email. You can also use Google Forms for that. So, you know, if you're registering for this event, make sure you fill out this form in order to be entered into the raffles, and that will also help you collect email addresses. But everything else, same.
I love it. I love how the tip of mixing up a live video while you're having your open house, face to face, or even, you know, if you're not inviting people, if you're doing it from your house, you can just have the products there on display, and do a virtual product demonstration.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's not something that requires a lot of work, and you can see how we have been so consistent with having these trainings at the same time every Thursday at 11:15. We started at 11, then we moved it to 11:15.
Time to test for the technical difficulties. Some of you are like, why 11:15? We need to test.
So
Every
yes,
time.
it's been working out. We've been very consistent. You know what to do at 11:15 every Thursday. Just tune in with Georgiana and I, and it's the same thing. You don't want to confuse your customers and your audience. You want to be consistent with the same day. I recommend weekly, because during this time of the year, you're going to be able to sell more products. You're going to be able to have more access to your customers, and if you are going to service different areas, just make sure that on the same day you go to this area, on another day, the same day you go to another area, and then so forth. But it's important. Consistency is super, super important. And yes, and whether you are virtual or you are face to face or both, so it's something that it's necessary during this time of the year, because you want to be present, you want to be available, and you want to move product, you want to sell products, you want that excitement consistently, and that's the most important thing.
Yep. So
So
now we can talk about leadership. Sorry, just wanted to.
no, you know what I was gonna talk about the virtual. Never mind. At the end, but now that we're just gonna mix it all up together, and we'll talk about the leadership with face to face and the virtual. So with the face to face, you can invite your team to partner with you. You can divide the cost on beverage and food, gifts. That creates a lot of team interaction, team spirit, team unity, which we love. Who doesn't love team unity? I'm all about team unity. So
Super important to us leaders. Yes.
yes, involve your team, get them to just, be part of these open houses, have them also invite their own customers, their own team. And, the more people that you have at an event, the more excitement it builds, because they can network with each other, and everything becomes just an exciting get together product demonstration.
I actually keep talking. I have some not videos, but photos I can share from events that I've done in the past, that were in person. I'm trying to get the nice ones, but just to give you an idea of the setup. So Millie's going to keep going, and I'm just going to share so that you guys can see what we're talking about. In terms of setup.
Yes, it's oh, look at that. I love it. I remember when you were doing those
Yeah.
zip it was called
Sip and chops.
Sip and Chops. So that was so original. Look at that.
These we had mostly wine and cookies. Let me see. These are all like double videos, double images. But let me see if I could find a setup of our um,
I'm good with wine and cookies.
snacks.
I can do cakes too.
Yeah, like stuff that even if you're baking, like these were literally
Ooh,
cookies, pretzels, some wine, and some water, and sparkling cider for people who don't do wine.
I love it.
But
Yeah.
we kept it
So
very
pretty.
easy and light because I was schlepping on the train. So
Hmm. Now you're making me hungry.
sorry. There we go.
So see how easy it is. Just having some finger foods. I love to cook. So if you like to cook, have some real food if you want to, if you want to go there. But if you're not a such good cook, then cookies and finger food, anything that's already made and affordable and duplicatable. Make sure that everything you do is duplicatable so that your team can see it and they can also, put it into works. Look at that. I love that. Yes,
So
it's
duplicatable is so important because when you're, it's also, I like that you said to do it with our teammates because it becomes a training opportunity because you can invite new reps to show them how to create their events so that when they're ready to train their team members, they can duplicate those events and do the same thing.
exactly. And sales are going up. I don't know if you have been experiencing, for those of you who are leaders, our sales have been climbing, our team sales have been climbing, and a lot of representatives are coming back. The ones who left the business at one point, they're coming back. So make sure that you continue to invite those who were not sure about joining. Make sure that you use everything about holidays to bring all of your friends or your ex team members back
Yeah.
so that you can start a good year with with lots of team members and also with great sales. That the most um like, I love when a new team member starts because they're excited, and you can see those sales coming in. So make sure that you always have new people coming into your teams. I love that. Look at that.
And these are also events that you can invite your new people to. If you have someone who is thinking about it and not sure, if you have an event that you're going to have every Thursday or every Tuesday or whatever, you can always invite them to your events. And if they know it's recurring, then when they are ready to join, they'll know what time and they'll know what place, so they'll be able to come in and connect with you there. So
And that's
it's
the
an open
idea.
invitation.
That's the idea that you gave of having a long table and
Yes,
passing down. Yeah, that was so good that you shared that. So
just
now you're
passing
able
products.
to visualize. Yeah, and if you're doing this at a restaurant, you can't bring the outside food, but you can use you're able to use their whatever it is that they um, sell there.
Yeah. And that's why I also love to have my events in places where they serve food because that's one less thing that I have to carry.
Mhm. I agree. And you don't have to buy an expensive meal. Just pick something, pick an item that you can just pick from the menu. Hors d'oeuvres. And the most important thing is that you have fun, that you have giveaways for your clients and people that are coming in, so that same you can have the same turnout in other upcoming events. So, you want to share, Georgiana, what are some of the giveaways that you would recommend um, to have at these parties?
Yeah. So I like to look at small, like I said earlier, if it's stuff that I'm bringing to display, I can sometimes raffle off the trial size. So they've already, first of all, we make sure that we do everything in a sanitary way. But if it's stuff that I've put on display, usually at the end, I might have a little ticket on the item, so I could say, this at the end of the day we raffle, and then whoever wins, their name goes on that item until the end of the night, and when we give everything away. So when I'm packing up, they're also taking their stuff. I also like to do A boxes, because it's a $10 box, but it's usually valued at $40, $50, or $60, full size products and trial size. So they're getting like a nice size gift. Or if you want to stretch it, you can break up the A box, because usually inside it's anywhere between 3 and 5 items. So maybe one person will win the nail polish, another person will win the eyeshadow, another person will win the perfume. But you can have the A box on display, and as you're playing games, you could play a game, for example, with 5 winners. So anytime somebody wins a round, they get to pick one item from the A box. But make it fun. Samples are also a good thing to use. The vial on a card, those are great. But also for your teammates, you can run incentives for your team and say, okay, whoever has 5 guests come to the event, they get a prize. Or whoever has the most guests gets a prize. Whoever has somebody who comes and signs up, they get a prize, and their guest gets a prize. So you can make it fun. I like to do the events together with my teammates, because you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You're incorporating your customers and having them get to be treated, and you have fun with them, but you're also working with your teammates. So in the same way you're playing games for your customers and having events and raffles for your customers, you do the same thing for your teammates, so that you can have fun on both ends. Like Milagro said, building that team camaraderie is
I love it. Yes, I love it. And you can do the same thing virtually. You know how,
absolutely.
yes, people can share just giveaways for people who are sharing your videos and bringing in an audience. You can also do this with a teammate, like we're doing it now, to attract a new customers, a new audience. Not necessarily your customers, but you can have people join your live videos, and you can also do your giveaways, having them share your videos. So all of that is about creativity. So what do you think about all the tips that we gave you today?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? We shared a lot of stuff today, a lot of small nuggets. What are the 1 to 2 or maybe 3 things that you're going to take from this and implement in your business over the next week? Are you going to plan an event? Are you going to plan your first live stream? At the end of the day, the key tip is to do something that you enjoy and that you're going to have fun with it, because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to repeat it, and then you're not going to build that consistency that Milagros talked about earlier. So have fun with it. Get your teammates around you and have fun with them. Plan events together, plan live streams where both of you can invite your customers, or that you can share live in public to get new customers. And talk about the products, talk about what you're loving and what you're excited about. You guys know I've been like mesmerized by some of these products, and I'm like, I can't wait to share, because the results are so good. People see that, and they know that you're true and genuine. And a lot of people, if you're struggling with something, they're struggling with the same thing too. So don't be afraid. And the thing that I struggled with when I first started was, who's going to want to listen to what I have to say? But don't say that to yourself, because there are so many people. Yeah, Milagros too. There are so many people who can learn from your experience and will sort of interpret it differently, coming from a person that they connect with. Each of us have our own way of speaking and delivering. I mean, look at us, me and Milagros, we're so different, but we come together and we find that there's so much similarities that we have. So, and you guys for watching, you connect with us. So don't be afraid to share.
And one note that that you should just take of all this that we have shared is, the most important thing is to leave time, give it time for anything to work. Because it takes time. Maybe you had your first event, did not have the turnout. Don't worry, just use it as a video share. When I have, and Georgiana mentioned that too, that we're always afraid, oh, who's going to come, who's going to show, who's going to listen to me. But you start creating And I do this when I have my trainings. I have my trainings in English and Spanish. Well, on my Spanish video, there's no attendance a lot of the time. So I'm there, I schedule it, and instead of saying, oh, nobody showed up for my meeting, then I do a training. I record myself so that I can make use of my time. The same thing, if you already took the time to go somewhere or to set up and you have no attendance, put it in a video and start showing people what you have so that you can create the participation and the attendance on your next ones. And maybe look and see what it is that you can do better about inviting people, but don't give up. Don't say, oh, no one stopped by. Oh, I didn't have a good attendance, so you give up. Remember, this is your job. When you open a store, for example, at a shopping center, and your first day that you're so excited, your open house, and then you have no customers showing up, then what do? Do you close your store and you leave? You
This
can't.
isn't working. I'm done.
They're not going to give you a rent back.
Great point. Yeah.
Yes.
You're in it. And, usually when you're renting a place, you have a 6-month lease or a 1-year lease. So you're in it.
Yeah, just think about your 6 month, your 1 year lease, and you're gonna say, you know what, this one didn't turn out, and you can have good ones. The first good ones, I know that sometimes that the first meetings that I launch, they're like people are excited. Oh yeah, the meeting. Oh yes, let's come.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they start decaying in attendance. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop my meetings. It means that I'm going to try something different to be able to promote attendance, whether it is virtually or whether it is face to face. But we have to be consistent. And that's what a lot of people lack of consistency. They don't believe that what they're doing is worth it. So they quit. Don't quit on your 6 month or year lease, like Georgiana says.
But that's where, having a really strong why comes in, because if you give yourself that escape where you're like, okay, no, I'm just not going to do this. It's not working. I quit. I give up. Then you're opening the door for that negativity to come in. But if you say to yourself, I have to do this, I have to succeed because I have bills to pay, I have a trip I want to earn, I have a gift I need to buy, I need to make that money for Christmas, then you will do it. I mean, I can tell you guys, Milagros is 100% right. I've had events like where my attendance is like this. I like the first event, we had a really great launch, and somewhere in there, I was actually looking for the pictures, but there was an event that I did where nobody showed up. It was a cold, rainy day, and the attendance was 0. It was just me. And I had laid out all of my products, but what I did was I did a video of the product display. I did videos talking about all the different products, and I shared those videos. And one of the girls who worked in the office where I was having the event, she actually came in and she was like, well, what's this and what's that? And we talked a little bit, but she saw me in there by myself with this whole display. She was like, what do you
It happens, yes.
Right. She was like, I thought people were coming. And I said, no, but they didn't. So I'm just going to do a video. But my other events, I think there was an event that I had. I don't know if it was the next event right after or, however many after. But if I had stopped there, there was another event I had where I had 15 people. And then there was another one where I had 20 or 25 and 2 signups at that last event. But I was like, if I had quit at that event where nobody came, the other event, they were all new customers too. So I wouldn't have met those new customers. So
yes,
don't give up.
Consistent, be consistent and set up a schedule. You don't care who's coming. You don't care about the turnout. You just care about making the activity work, giving it your all, and don't give up.
Yeah. If anything, at the very least, have a backup plan. What I used to like to do for my in-person events was I would bring my laptop and I would bring my basket of samples. So if nobody showed up, if none of my guests or my teammates came, I would have my basket there. So other people who are coming into the store, the restaurant, they could come and get a sample. But I also have my laptop. So it was a work day. So my plan B was to do work. And then when my guests came, to show with them. Same thing after that party, I said, from now on, if no one comes to my parties, it becomes a video recording party where I record my videos and then I take pictures to share on my social media. Because you have to do that anyway. You know, you have to do social media pictures, you have to do videos. So if you just make, for every activity you have, try to kill 2 or 3 birds. It's a recording video, it's a social media posts creation, a content creation activity, it's a team training, and it's a customer appreciation event. So if any one of those things doesn't happen, there are another 3 things.
I love it. Look at all the choices. You have 4 choices, and maybe more that we just are not thinking about, but I'm sure you can think about the other choices.
I know our next parties are going to be like, I just need to get out of the house. So
public places are great because people can see you. I love, and make sure you have your Avon out there so that whoever's looking for you is going to see, oh, Avon, let's see. And those are the best prospects in customers or on team members or both, because my best team members are the ones who love the products, who use the products. Even if I have very little sales, I know that I always have to have my orders in every box that I get every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So those, if they come and say, oh, Avon, I love it, talk to them about the opportunity, not just selling them a product. Talk to them about joining your team. So
absolutely great tips, Milagros. I love all of that. It got me excited again too.
The same thing happens to me. Both of us get pumped up and ready to just eat the world. Isn't that what it's all about? Every Thursday, building your excitement here with us, generating ideas. And you know what? Is even if at the beginning you think you're not that good doing that event, believe me, you're going to get better. You're going to get practice. And then the next event, you're going to be even greater. And I remember when I first did my first event that I probably, I was sweating. By the time I got to the event, I was already sweating. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired already. And I haven't even started. So I learned from that. And at the next event, I took less stuff. So, make sure that you learn from what you do and that you don't think that what you're doing is not good. You're going to get better. Practice. That's what's important.
And that's why it's so important as well to get training from us as representatives, because the stuff that we've learned is stuff that's going to help you to shorten the learning curve. So you don't have to make the same mistakes. When we tell you don't bring a lot of stuff, it's because we've learned the hard way.
Half of the stuff you can't even show because your table is not big enough. Just simplify it. If you run out of books, you have bombitas. If you run out of bombitas, you have business cards. If you run out of everything, you have products to demonstrate and pen and pencil to write name, numbers, and email addresses, which is the most important thing. But, I hope all these tips help you. And this is, I think, all we have for you today. Do you have anything else to add, Georgiana?
No, but we'll be back next Thursday. Like, oh, we forgot to talk about because we never thought we'd be able to talk about holiday for so long. But holiday sales, the same tips go throughout. A lot of what we're doing is the same. So the key thing is to find the stuff that work for you that you can do consistently and stick with them. Don't give up. Keep doing them, and then keep adding and learning new things. Because
throughout the year,
yes, rinse, wash, rinse, and repeat. Holiday sales, same stuff. Valentine's Day sales, same stuff. Easter sales.
Yes, and you know, at the end, once when you do your baskets at every holiday, the ones that your customers have not ordered, just make generic baskets that you don't have to take apart. Those are going to be baskets for last minute gifts from your customers. So if you're not able to sell it there, you're going to be able to sell it after
Yep.
Valentine's Day or Mother's Day. Just make sure that you only do those baskets that have the holiday theme for the ones that you know you're going to sell and that your customers have ordered.
Right. Good point.
That's another tip. So
So
thank
thank
you
you.
all.
We just spending too much time together. Thank you all for watching. We will be back next week, Thursday, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. But you can also catch the replay of this video. It's going to be on my channel on YouTube, which is Georgiana H. and Milagros Avon
Thanks. Woo-hoo. When I get back, I have a lot of videos to upload. So it's gonna be a watching marathon.
Yes. That's what I love about videos. When you're cooking, you put them on and you listen.
Yeah, and you're multitasking.
Again, getting your multitasking in. So no more, I can't attend the meetings. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, replay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in.